Welcome back to another episode of Square Business. My name is Rodney Sorrell,
Hey, it's Curtis Adams, y'all co-host. What's going on?
and we appreciate you tuning back in. We know it's been a little while. It's been a little over 3 weeks. So we're coming back. Almost forgot how to do my job.
Hey, man, we about to be a little bit rusty, but hey, give us some grace and mercy, y'all. Like you said, it's been 3 weeks, man. We've been working on some big stuff for y'all. And if you don't know already, biggest thing is what? The live show coming May 16th.
Yep, we're doing a live podcast experience at the Raleigh Playhouse and Theater May 16th at 6 o'clock. We would appreciate everyone who can come out. Tickets are $10. Big shout out to Dr. Christy Dumas, who donated $50 for 5 people to get into the show who may not have had the means to do so. So we will be distributing those tickets to those who need it. So we really appreciate that.
Definitely, definitely. And if you still like to, donate for somebody else that may not be able to, pay that way, tickets $10 a piece. If you want to make a donation so that somebody else can get in, reach out to Rodney or myself, man. We love to bring something, to this community that's, might be a little bit fresh for some folk,
Yeah, I think it might be a first in the city. I've never personally seen it done before, so it's going to be a serious, well-needed conversation, but there's going to be some laughs. We're going to make it enjoyable for y'all. We're not just going to lecture you on the community needs to do this and we need to do that. It's really a deep dive into how we can further self-improve, because that's where it all starts. It starts with us, how we can be better people, and in turn, ultimately create a better community for everybody.
Yeah, and it's not just going to be just the two of us up there, man. We got an awesome panel of people that are going to come up here and engage in this conversation because it's like you said, we're not going to sit there and just preach to you.
Yeah.
This is all about engaging with y'all engaging with us, and having probably a much needed conversation. I mean, man, go ahead, list the folks, man. Tell them who's going to be on there with
Huge
us.
shout out to Courtney Settle, Michelle Tunstall, and Trina Tellez.
Yes.
All of them, they're all bright minds. They know what they're doing. They know what they're talking about, and they're passionate about their work. All, all in the mental health field as well as us.
Yes, sir.
And they all bring something fresh to the table. So I think that you guys are really going to enjoy this. So make sure that you get your tickets and you come out.
See what they say? Come on, man. Come on. Don't make me hit you with the Chris. Come on, Lee.
Hey, and I know if you haven't noticed by now, we got the new threads.
Oh yeah.
So
Square Business Podcast. We got a little threadage coming on, little swag coming on. Microphone way far away from my face, so don't know if they heard that, but you know what?
So yeah, we got new merch. I love it. Shout out to Simply Sew and Co. that is owned by Miss Tia Bandy.
Yes.
She does amazing work. If you need anything embroidery related, make sure you reach out to her on Facebook.
Yeah, we got a couple of hoodies, polos. She could do T-shirts. I think I saw her do some onesies even.
She got something for the whole fam.
And you could do small order or big order. So big shout out to her, man. Quality work, communicates really well. And the only thing I gotta say, man, is if you order something and she make it, man, she gonna make sure that she's readily available for you, and she makes easy pickup options for you. So, go and check her out.
Yep, definitely do that. And this is really nice quality material. It's not like the stuff you usually order online. And it's like, what's the brand of T-shirt? I don't know, but look, it's good quality stuff.
Yeah, I'm about to say we get that stuff offline. It ain't true to size. I'm a bigger dude, man, and I order mine, and I'm comfortable in it. I can move in it. Like,
long as you can hit a golf ball in it,
sir. I think I'll be able to actually golf in this shirt and be able to do the full swallow or follow through, and not pop my arm out of place this time.
Yeah, man, you got to be careful with that, man.
Hey, man, trying to show off the guns. That's just what happens.
You can't be down for the summer, man. We need you out there.
A lot of stuff happening, man. We got moves to make and things to do, man. I'm just excited to be back in the space again, brother.
Mm-hmm.
It's been too long.
Yeah. How you feeling, man? What's going on?
Man, I'm good. We got Holy Week out the way, so say the preaching space. I'm good for a little bit of time. No major holidays, I think, this month.
Mm-hmm.
So biggest next holiday is Mother's Day, which, Shout out to y'all here coming soon. But I'm just thankful to kind of be in this space where I have like a breather in terms of like church world.
Hmm.
Because that is a space where I feel like I'm always currently
It
going
don't stop,
at all, man. Say, what about you? What's new in your area?
man. I'm good. Nothing really new. I'm good, but just trying to make this happen. I'm so excited about that live show, y'all.
Yeah,
I can't explain it.
yeah, man. Like I've seen other people do like plays and stuff like that, and the community shows up, man. So I think the space itself is just one that welcomes people in, and
Yeah,
I can tell you right now, if you've ever been there, your view ain't gonna be blocked. So whether you in the front row or the back row, you're gonna have a good view. So
you straight. You straight.
I think we just like, get here.
Man, so what you want to talk about today, man? I know you wanted to touch on finances.
Oh yeah, man. I was about to say because I think in this space, or at least in this time, we get into the space of it's a lot of folks that are trying to live paycheck to paycheck, especially gas
Yeah.
prices going crazy,
Yeah, man.
bruh. Like trying to budget and financial literacy is so important these days, man. Like everybody talks about it, but nobody really talks about it from a space of actually being in it.
Yeah.
So I think us having a little conversation around that might be good.
Okay. Yeah, financial literacy is very important, especially in poverty-stricken communities.
Yeah.
You hear it a lot about the black community, but it's not just the black community. I mean, poverty knows no bounds.
Yeah, man.
So it's very important to know how to manage your money, especially in a time like this when, like you said, gas is climbing up to $4, $5, $6, man. Like we finna be riding on horseback in a minute.
Oh, dude, I told them I'm about to get on the Chick-fil-A's, man. I'm gonna have to invest in some new shoes. You get if a Chick-fil-A, you got to shift one foot down, lay the other beside it. So,
Man, I've been thinking about getting an e-bike, man.
ooh,
Some of them things they nice. Like I've been in Chicago before,
yeah,
like DC, and I've been on them little scooters. And
yeah,
some of them, a lot of cities they got the bikes too, man. Them things they roll. So
dude, I've seen them and they look amazing. I saw one dude on one of them hover rounds, man. He was riding
oh
a
yeah,
hover round down the street.
man, I can't do those, man. I'm face planting.
Oh,
I get on one of them.
who you telling? I start doing that weeble wobble thing like this. I- if I hit the ground gonna cry.
Yo,
Dog, I'm telling you, I tried it one time. I said never again. I
yeah, I ain't jacking it, man. Man, what do you think the biggest barrier to escaping poverty is? Most people would say income, but what do you think?
the biggest barrier I would probably say is poor spending habits, and I'm
The
not.
consumer
Yeah, the
mindset.
consumer mindset, because and I ain't talking about your typical everyday stuff like your groceries or your bills. I'm talking about
Yeah.
like the extras, right? So I think a lot of people, they used to call it what, keeping up with the Joneses.
Hmm.
So when we get into this space, man, because a lot of people will see you like, oh man, that man got something new. I got to get something new, and I've always tried to stay away from that
Yeah.
mindset, but even I'm guilty of it because
Oh, I definitely have been too. I've been doing good. I've been doing good, but in the past, I was one of them.
oh yeah, and you be like, you don't want it until you see somebody else got it,
Right, 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 right.
and then it's like in communities that are smaller, man. Like I remember when the Cybertrucks first came out, bruh, and half of my friends was like, "Oh, I gotta get one." I said, "Bruh, oh no, for what?"
I don't particularly like. I don't like them. I
Hey,
just don't. They look like ice trays, and then the little Teslas look like ibuprofen 800s.
bruh.
I just
No, I ain't gonna. I'm with you though, because I used to say that thing. That's a brick, but I at the same time, maybe it ain't what for some of the folks. It wasn't even the Cybertruck. It was just they got to get a new car now.
yeah, it's
And
just like everything else. New iPhone,
y- man,
new
don't get me
camera.
started on new iPhones or stuff like that, bro. Like you said, the consumer mindset is just that everybody wants new, 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 to the point where even pre-owned or used is not good enough.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro,
Ouch. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that, because I'm the type of person I like, especially if it's like electronics or something like that. I like
Mhm.
it brand new out the plastic, because not because I want to be able to say I got it brand new and you didn't, but because I don't know. For me, it's kind of everything is like personalized
Yeah.
nowadays. You gotta have an email to do everything,
Mhm.
so it's kind of like part of your online identity, so to
Mm.
speak. But I've always been like that. I just like I want to start with a clean slate, like, and it's just me.
Yeah, nah, I feel that 100% because so I'm that way with certain stuff. Like if I don't know how you treated stuff before,
Yeah,
I'm kind of leery of it.
yeah,
I'm more apt to buy something that's pre-owned if I know the people that had it.
yeah.
Like if I know you a type of person that gets your maintenance done on your car and you just selling it to get rid of it,
Mm-hmm.
I'm more apt to buy that than say go to like a dealership or something like that. But then
Right.
where I worked in the car industry, I only go to certain dealerships. Like I
Mm-hmm.
only go to certain people to buy cars, or I only go and let certain people work on my car.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's not a person that touches any of my cars that I don't know personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like from oil changes to wheels to even just the lights. Like I've learned to do so much on my own stuff because of one, the consumer mindset. Usually my friends, shout out to y'all, will help me out or tell me where I can get stuff that's of good quality for less price.
Yeah,
So
man, I like this. It's this old song from 2007 that Nas was on, and Nas said, when they do make the whip you like, your chips ain't right. By the time you could afford it, the car ain't important.
mm-hmm.
And so I take that line as, like you said, just because it's new, that's why everybody gravitates to it.
Yeah.
But then once you get it, it don't mean nothing. And then it reminds me of the line from Baby Boy, like the Guns and Butter speech.
Yeah.
Cars, clothes, shoes, all that stuff that don't mean nothing after you buy it. So
Mhm.
now, I'll talk myself out of buying something real quick.
Yeah.
And because I like things like fresh out the plastic, brand new,
Mm-hmm.
I won't just go and buy this and this and that, like
Right.
brand
Right.
new,
Right.
all in a row. Like I'll wait until I can actually afford to do it now.
Right.
But I think I finally like mastered that, getting being able to control my impulsivity as
Mm.
far as, seeing that shiny thing on the shelf. Like I gotta have that. I don't even look at that no more.
Yeah.
Most of the time I go shopping, I ain't even buying myself nothing. I'm thinking about everybody else.
Dude. And it's interesting when you think about that mindset and even like just financial literacy, right?
Hmm.
It's it's always funny how I see people that are willing to spend more money on others than they do on themselves.
Yeah.
And I think people overlook that because I will buy my mom or my sister something real good. My pops even buy him something real good, and I'll take the secondhand stuff because not because I don't think I'm worth it, but I that's the type of stuff that they like.
Yeah.
So
But
I mean,
it's good intention, but you're going down the same hole.
right? Shoot, man.
Man, I think another important thing of why financial literacy is so important in poverty stricken
Mm.
communities, the lack of information.
Yes.
There's just a lack. But I think the lack, I don't think it's because people in poverty stricken areas are incompetent or they can't, grasp the right information. I think it's just the lack of access to it. And then also, we came up in those kind of environments. It's just not something you think about. It's not
Right.
everyday, commonplace.
Yeah. I'm, I'm, I'm with you because when you look at where we grew up or how we grew up, man, we ain't always had the best stuff. I say, we had the. I remember getting the Kroger brand big case sodas instead of the Pepsi or the Coke. And then when I got, grown up money, I started really, spending money on Pepsi and Coke and all the name brands.
Hmm.
But a lot of times, man, I'm like, bro, them side brands, them non-name brand things. I'm like, man, why am I really dissing them as hard as I did, or like even do at times?
Hmm.
Like I think I tried a couple of them, and I'm just like, oh, this is why. I was like, the taste is different or whatever, but I do also agree that living in a community, you know, there's also a fear of being looked down on. Like if you don't have, or if your kid don't have.
Man, you know what? As a kid, I used to go to different type of stores with my parents. And back in the day, like, everybody used to be like, man, you going to the dollar store, like you shopping at the
Right.
dollar store. But now that I look at it as an adult, thinking back, like, why was I tripping if somebody saw me like in a dollar store in Value City, in the Dollar Tree? All
Dude.
I really had to ask was, what you doing in here?
Dude. So I ain't gonna Gabe's was my spot.
Look, man, Gabe's, I love y'all, but that line be ridiculous, bro. I can't do it.
Dude. And the funny part is, like, you go in that line, and it's the same people that would be dogging you out, right? But you would let you find one of them good deals. I remember the first G Unit shirt I got came from Gabe's. Like, I was out there, bro. I picked that shirt up. I wore that shirt to school the next day.
I had the G Unit sneakers.
Look, G Unit, Sean John, Rockaware.
Yeah.
I found that all in Gabe's. Like, I walked in the next
Food
day.
too, don't sleep.
Oh, yeah. But I walked in the next day. Like, bro, but the fact of the matter is, so I remember when we was little and people used to clown folks for wearing Champion.
Man, what? You get Champion for too cheap. And now it's like, well, I don't know about now because Champion kind of fell off again, but Champion went up to like 35 a shirt at one point. I'm like, man, ain't no way, dog. You used to go in Walmart and get a whole Champion sweatsuit for like $20.
But dude, so it's also about where you live at though. Cause I remember when I was a little man, I had the USPAs, the USPAs. I used to get
Did
them
you
shoes.
call them the USPAs, dog?
Dog.
I'm clocking out. Yeah,
Dog. Yeah, man, I had the USPAs, man. So I was getting clowned for wearing USPA, but my pops was from New York.
Word.
So like my stepdad, he from New York, man. And you went up there, bro. USPA is it.
Mm-hmm.
So, sometimes even the financial barriers that we talk about have to do with where you live in your locale.
Yeah.
Like,
what time area we talking though?
we talking
early 2000s?
Yeah, like early 2000s.
Okay, so that was before, because our culture, we go on what hip hop is trending on.
Oh yeah.
So that was like early 2000s. Atlanta hadn't quite took over just yet.
Right.
Because Atlanta was straight Ralph Lauren.
Mm-hmm.
So I think New York was still in control at that point.
Yeah.
So that you could probably get away with the USPAs.
Man, look. I remember one of my boys he said, hold up, this dude got USPAs on. I said, and that stuck with me.
Man, I was straight South Pole. South Pole, everything.
Bro, South Pole was it. Like I said, for me, if I can't, go ahead.
Jeans was $50 though.
Yeah.
Or close to it.
Bro, then when we got to college and I found DKNY.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Them jeans, bro. When I look back, and I had them Sean John jeans or them. I'm gonna say this wrong. Anichi.
Yes.
Bruh. Cause I remember I bought them jeans, bro, and they had the designs going crazy. I didn't have the NBA logo pants though.
Oh, you never had them?
Nah, I never had the
NBA.
Classic
pair of jeans, bro.
But I remember we used to put so much like refund checks. College and early adulthood, I'm talking about like 18 to like 27, is probably the most financial, like, irresponsible I've ever been.
Yeah, well, I think that's most of us because when you get to college and you got that new level of freedom,
Mm-hmm.
and you really don't, if you're in a different place, you really don't have that like conviction in the back of your head,
Right?
Like, thinking about what your family is gonna think, what your parents are gonna think, because you're not around them now. So it's like I'm my own person now. Like I'm gonna do whatever I want to do.
That refund check.
Yeah, but let's circle it back.
Yeah.
How do you personally look at savings?
I look at it now as an opportunity more so than I used to, because I was not a person that knew how to effectively save. Like my own issues didn't necessarily stem from my spending habits, but from my just giving
Mhm.
and people taking advantage of that giving. So I'm talking about like friends come up, man, I need help here. Well, here's 25, here's 60. I think the most I've ever given was a few hundred to somebody. But
Ooh-wee.
dog, and this is more about this ain't about them because this ain't a them issue.
Right.
Because I had the responsibility and the ability to say no,
Mhm.
but I would give even when I didn't have it, and then put myself in a bad situation. So I think as much as we talk about spending habits, the consumer mindset, sometimes it's also about your giving nature and how you choose to give to friends, families, significant other, if you got one
Yeah.
of those. I think that's just going with what you're saying. That's probably what my thing was.
Yeah. And me personally, the way I look at savings now, I if I don't find something absolutely necessary to the mission that I'm on
Mhm.
in the moment, like I said, 9 times out of 10, I'll talk myself out of it.
Right.
And it's just taking me time to get to that point where I'm able to just look at the shiny thing on the shelf and just, keep moving because I don't see the value in it. I don't know where that shift in my mindset took place. I'm still trying to figure that out. But living paycheck to paycheck, especially in today's climate, like, man, it's you just don't know what's gonna happen week to week.
Well, I think for me, the other touching more on my savings section of it is if I don't see it, I'm more apt to save it. So
That's true.
I what I ended up starting to do, and even though I know I have consistent access because we all got our cell phones,
Mm-hmm.
is I set up a credit union account,
Yeah.
and I have money that just day my paycheck hits goes to that credit union account. And yeah, I could just do it and switch it from my checkings and my savings, but it's easier for me to not spend it and just send it to the credit union.
I wouldn't even want to look at my banking app. I just have that done,
Yeah.
and then I don't even want to think about
And
it.
that's the thing I love is that I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't get a chance. Like if I open my bank app, that money's already gone away to the credit union, and I ain't gotta monitor it. I ain't gotta think, oh man, I gotta switch this over. I gotta transfer this. It's the ability to be able to have that to set aside. And then I did the same thing with my savings account through my job because I have a whole savings set up with them. Bro, I have the login. I don't think I've looked at it in a few months. And I've intentionally done that so that I don't feel this urge because there's a few things I want to buy right now.
Right.
But I'm
Like those Mizunos.
man, listen here. I in my mind, in my mind, I've already budgeted like almost 2K that I'm trying to back save without touching any of my savings money for me to buy that stuff like the Mizunos and some other stuff.
Yeah.
Because dog, it's when you have that picture of what you want, it's almost as though it burns a hole in like your wallet. Like they say, what that money burning a hole in your wallet, ain't it? I said,
Oh my goodness.
dog, like you said, it's one thing when you got it, but you have to be able to say no.
Yeah.
You have to be able to say, man, I got bigger fish to fry. I got bigger goals. I got bigger things that are more important because you fall into that, man, you're gonna fall behind on some important matters.
Yeah, real quick. Man, the people, since we're talking about people in poverty stricken areas, what about the people that don't have access to banking in the first place?
Man, look, I'm gonna be real with you. That's more your area than mine, but because I just talked with one of my friends a while ago. He finally got his first bank account, like 30 getting first bank account, like banking with other apps and stuff like that. Like Cash App was popping, but Cash App get hacked.
Yeah,
Chime get hacked.
it does.
So I mean, that'd be what's your take on that? Because
Well, I think that people in that predicament, they well, number one, they face higher fees than your average Joe as far as like check cashing, payday loans and stuff like that. Because you'll see people going to Kroger or something like that,
yeah,
and Western Union and doing all that, and
good old Wood Forest.
never really having a solidified place for their money to rest.
Right.
And money moves regardless,
Hmm.
but especially when you're thinking about building credit and stuff, you really have to be mindful of that, not doing a whole bunch of bank transfers. And I'm guilty of using a firm and Klarna and stuff, but when you have your credit report ran and they see a bunch of Klarna and a firm, they hate that.
Right.
Banks hate that, especially when you're trying to buy a home, buy a car, anything that the necessities.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't know.
Right.
But
Uh,
my recommendation, I mean, there's so much help out here now. I tell you what you need to do. Y'all need to holler at Kiana Moore,
Okay.
and she gonna get you right.
Hey, I'm about to say, listen to the man. He know who he talking about, and he know what he talking about. I can tell you that much.
Holler at Kiana Moore. She helps. It's Just a Bunch of Felons Incorporated. We already did an episode with her. If you haven't seen it, go check that out. I can't remember what number episode it was, but start from the beginning anyway, because it'll make sense when you get to this episode.
Oh yeah, and hey, for real, in all honesty, man, if you got, I think it was like $50, you can open a bank account with a certified bank. So I tell people, get the money out your mattress, because I know some of it is like around here, man, in poverty-stricken areas, a lot of people will keep money in a house in bulk. They keep it hidden somewhere. You think soul food, how they kept it in the back of the TV,
Right.
had all that money in the back of the TV. Like,
But it's not growing in the back of the TV.
it's not growing. Say if I'm gonna say this is gonna sound terrible, in certain areas when you're going through a lot of poverty, you have bugs, you have rats. They will eat your money. Don't ask me how I know. Just know that your money is not always safe in your floorboards, in your mattress, in your cookie jar, wherever. Like, and especially if you got a whole bunch of traffic in your house, like, there's some of us, they take care of our families. We got 25 people in the house, or people come in for the holidays. Holidays just pass and stuff get missing. It's
and
a
then
risk.
they help you look for it.
Yeah, it's a risk reward, man. Like, the risk is always that your money goes missing, and now you out here struggling to find out who took it, and the person, like you said, that took it right there. Oh man, when the last time you saw it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, having your money in a certified place, and yeah, we know the fees and everything like that. We know that how that goes, but
Yep.
it's safer there than a lot of these places that we keep it.
Word. And I got a few things, just like general information for our viewers why financial literacy matters. Number one, it helps you make informed decisions, like we just talked about. Really, you need a financial plan.
Yeah.
And it's important to have a plan because, especially, I mean, if you 30 plus, man, like, you really need to, I don't want to say you running out of time, but playtime is over with. Like, you really need to get on it and really get focused, because like we was talking about, this economy, the way it's going, you're gonna be hurting out here if you're not prepared, or how should I say it?
I say, if you're not planning to grow your money, you're planning to lose your money.
You got to plan for the future.
Like, I know it used to be you could cash a check for $5. I think they paying what, 25, something like that now to cash a check. So
I mean, it's like that everywhere, especially even if you use a card, no matter where you're at, the third parties that run the transaction, they take a percentage. Then the bank takes a percentage.
The $3.50 surcharge to use an ATM, there are fees that are everywhere built into it. You
Right.
get charged to use your card at restaurants a little bit more than if you
Mhm.
pay cash. I always tell people, yeah, like, yeah, get a bank, but also keep a certain amount of money on you.
Yeah.
Like, you always want to have some cash on hand because you're not always going to be able to have access to a card. Phones die
Right.
because a lot of people will just put all their money in Apple Cash or
Right.
whatever, and then your phone die and you out in the middle of nowhere with no juice. You out of luck, man.
And then as far as like I said, credit building, you need to be able to show on paper because your word means nothing. Like when you go into a bank and you like, hey, I want to get a loan. I'm thinking about buying a home. I'm thinking about buying a car. They are not going to take your word saying that you're good for it. If you have nothing to show on paper, I mean, you SOL, bro.
Yeah,
And then that was my other point: avoiding predatory lending
yeah,
with high interest rates.
yeah,
Um, it's just it doesn't look good on a credit report. Affirm, Klarna. I know it makes it easier to get the things that you want, but in the long run, it really hurts you. Um, and like we said, building savings, even if it's just small amounts. You know, I have a few people around me who I get to have these discussions with, and they show me how they've built a little bit of wealth. Even if you saving 10, $20 a week, a month, whatever,
yeah.
it adds up, and you'll be surprised how much you can save if you just put those type of amounts back instead of going out to eat all the time. I think
Yeah.
that might be the fastest way to spend money.
I mean, here's the other part of it. Like, we talk about getting a savings account, credit union, other things like that. If you go to Amazon, it's like $30. You can get one of them little banks that said, what one of them calendars you put 20 in for this week, 40 in for this week, 100 in for this week, then it go back down 20 this week, 40. And for some people, the ability to see your money grow is important.
Yeah,
But you just got to make sure then if you're doing it that way, that you have discipline because saving takes a lot of discipline.
and that's what it's all about. It's about control and stability. It's not about trying to get the highest dollar amount. You're trying to look in your bank app and like, man, I done saved $1,000. Like that's cool, but it's more about control and stability. And if you can show lenders that you have control and stability, and showing that you have financial literacy, that's what they want to see.
Yeah, man. Like it's all about. We talked about optics a few episodes ago. Go check them out. But when somebody takes a snapshot of your financial portfolio, they're looking for those. If you have loans, they're looking for big names. They're looking for your allies. They're looking for your Kia Motor Finance, for who you did your car through, or whoever. They're looking, at your interest rate, and then, as unfortunate as it is, people don't understand that your credit score matters a lot to the amount of money you're going to end up spending. And, luckily, my mom helped me build my credit from high school. Like I started with a little Kohl's card and she would buy something on that or I'd buy something on that, pay it off within, a month or whatever, whenever the bill came.
Yep.
And you start building the credit slowly. It comes up because they look back to what's your longest trend of history or trend of credit.
Yeah.
And something
Credit,
like that.
age, health.
Yeah, something like that. Starting small is important, then building to that bigger stuff to that way when you get to your and go check out, go research people that help fix credit.
Yeah.
Like that, just because you have a 520 credit score, within 2 years you can get that up to like even mid sixes, or some people get up even to the sevens. So, find ways to repair your credit. Just because you got to a place you might have had to file for bankruptcy. Bankruptcy is just a way for you to restart, basically at zero.
Yeah.
So,
And everybody's not janky, y'all. Like I know a lot of people don't trust banks. Everybody's not janky though. You can't just place that one bad experience that you had with the bank and apply it to everything else. Like really seek out the help. And if you don't know where to look, I mean, like I say, man, reach out to us. Like I'm sure we could help you get to where you need to go,
Yeah.
or find a person that you need to talk to.
there are options out there galore. Depending on what you want to do, there are options out there.
Yeah.
Talking about a local small place to the big nationwide corporations. Like
Mm-hmm.
they find you a place that's comfortable for you, and some of them do have incentives for you to join. So you never know. Like overdraft protection was big for me because
Oh my
when you
goodness.
work in paycheck to paycheck and every dollar counts, like there's gonna be a time where you accidentally, overdraft a time or two. And if you have that overdraft protection where you're not paying those fees, it matters.
Man, here's what I did. I eliminated every subscription known to man. I don't even know. At one point, my wife and I, we had so many subscriptions, like it took up like 2 pages. I'm like, what is all this stuff? Because I don't use none of it.
Oh
As
yeah.
far as like Netflix and all that stuff, man, please. I'm so busy. I ain't got time to sit down and watch.
Dude, be sitting there like, what in the world is this? Dog groomers monthly. We don't even have a dog. At least that's for me.
Yeah, man. Eliminate all that stuff. But at the end of the day, man, educate yourself. Um, Share knowledge. Like I said, you can reach out to us and we will point you to someone who can help you with credit building if you need to learn how to save. Oh, I think another important thing, what do we say to those who in this economic climate that we're in today, if somebody says, "Well, how you supposed to save if you ain't got nothing to save?" And what I would say is, if you ain't got nothing to save, you probably ain't working hard enough. And I know everybody has a different situation, so I'm not saying, too bad, too sad, figure it out. But it's either you're not working hard enough, um, you just don't, maybe you don't have the access to resources, which is why you should reach out to people like us who maybe can steer you in the right direction. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just it.
See, for me, my advice to somebody that's out there and feels like they can't save or don't have the ability to save, the first thing I would ask you to do, because it's a big ask, because we all struggle with it, is swallow your pride. Swallow your pride when
Sure.
it comes to your spending habits or your buying habits. You don't have to always get the big name brand.
And before you
Buy.
buy it, really ask yourself.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, not to cut you off, but really ask yourself: do I really need this? Ask yourself that 3 times
Mhm.
before you take that thing to the counter, and really ask yourself: do I need this? When I get home, is it gonna matter, or
Yeah.
is it just gonna go in the closet and just sit there?
Yeah. Like it's the small things, like buying in bulk. If you can buy stuff in bulk and get it at a better price, do that. If you can catch, drive 10 minutes up the street to pay, 10 cents less on gas, that 10 minutes up the street ain't gonna really bother you that bad. Hunting for the best deals, going to shop at the right time, not just Black Friday, because everybody has a sale at different times. So finding out when those sales happen so you can get, the same quality of clothing and stuff like that. I say, look, Simply So and Co, for example. I say, if you need something
Support
personalized,
small business, man.
like support small business, and
Support
then
it.
when you support small business, don't tear them down because they trying to make a living just like you. Real talk. They're trying to make a living just like you.
Shout
But
out to Simply So and Co. She
yeah,
nice, man. I'm telling you,
hey,
y'all need to go holler at her, man.
there's a lot of stuff that you can do to adjust your spending, and like you said, cut down on the eating out, cook at the house more, or make simple meals, meal prepping for your lunch instead of going out to get the Subway special, which I mean you'll find out that you're going to save even like personal experience, big boy talking, $30 to $40 making your meals per week than you do going out and buying lunch every day.
And if you don't believe that, just put it on paper. For the next 7 days, just put all your spending, just put it on paper. That following week, just try the stuff that we've been talking about this evening and see what the difference is. You're probably gonna be surprised.
Yeah, and at the start, I always tell people you might see a little bit of influx in what you spend, but that's because you're starting from zero.
Mhm.
As you become more consistent, you're realizing, oh, okay, well, I still got, I bought the pack of 6 cereals and we only didn't ate 3 of them, so I ain't got to buy that this coming grocery trip. I still got, what I was like when you start actually breaking down your budget and budgeting, X amount of dollars for this, X amount of dollars for that. And then by the time, if you have kids, by the time sports season comes around and you paying those fees for sign up fees, you're like, oh man, I got a little bit of extra cash, I can buy, not just the stuff I ain't got to rely on gifts or hand me downs, but I can go buy me an extra pair of cleats for my child, so they can do with this. I can go buy them a new glove or whatever. I think
Right.
you'll start to see all of this trickle down effect of saving impact other areas of your life. And I think people like don't really understand that consistency is key when it comes to saving and financial literacy, because as long as I'm consistent, I'm going to have the surplus to spend. And although it may get frustrating because you're saying no to self over and over and over again, it's a you're sacrificing temporary joy for longer lasting happiness. So don't forget that.
So all in all, just take a minute to sit back, think about what's really important in life right now. But that is going to wrap it up for this
Yep, yep.
episode of Square Business.
Good to be back
We
21
are-
days later.
I think we about pretty much halfway through season 2.
Yeah.
Man, we just gonna keep on trucking, man. It's getting easier every episode, and we gotta be more consistent for them.
Yeah, man.
It's hard to do. Summertime is around the corner. It's across the street. Me personally, wedding season is coming in.
Yeah.
Springtime, people want to get out,
Hey.
and I'm doing my thing still. So
RNS Photography, man. Check him out. He does good work.
appreciate you, sir. But yep, y'all tune in, like, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the YouTube. We will really appreciate if you did that. And again, the live podcast experience, May 16th,
Por favor.
6 p.m.
Please.
I'll let your boys, man.
Peace. What would we say? Square business.
Square business, man.